We are live. We are live, straight politicking on all you mofos, episode number 61. I'm Alex Alonso, 101, wherever you search. I'm sitting here with Munchie be the mayor, morals over money. And your Green Bay Packers were the first team in the NFL to go 2-0 this year in this very brief season, and they're already saying it's the best team in the league after 2 games.
Hey, they doing their thing, man. We got Mark Parsons. You know what I'm saying?
2 games though. I've never heard a team get so praised on all the different sports networks for just winning the first 2 games of the season.
But guess what? Last year, Detroit was putting belt to ASS. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like you got your first victory on a bunk team, and it's a division rival. You know what I'm saying? So boom, and then I wouldn't say the Commanders is bunk either. So it ain't like you got 2 easy victories. You starting off cool, and then the Browns is next. We gonna spank them. You know what I'm saying?
Well, 2-0. I'm not sure if there was a Monday night game. The Chargers played. Did they win? Because if they won, they might have been.
They did.
They won? Okay.
The Chargers played against the Raiders, and then the Buccaneers played against somebody. The Buccaneers won, and the Chargers won.
Because I think Green Bay must have had like a Thursday game or something.
Yep, a Sunday, then they had a short weekend, played Thursday.
Okay, because they got to 2-0 before anyone when I last checked, but I'm certain. Let's see who else is 2-0. I think the Chargers. Okay, the Buffalo Bills are 2-0. The Bengals are 2-0. The Colts are 2-0, and the Chargers are 2-0. That's in the AFC, and in the NFC, the Eagles are 2-0, and the Packers and Tampa Bay are 2-0. Oh wow! If you go all the way to the NFC West, there's only 4 teams in the NFC West, and the Niners, the Cardinals, the Rams. 3 of the 4 teams are 2-0. So a lot of teams joined the Packers in there and 2-0, even though they were the first one to do it because they had a short week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Watch this. The Packers go do their thing.
Okay. Well,
Watch.
there's I guess next week we will see the number of undefeated teams will probably be about half. Who do the Packers got next week? Let's see.
The Browns.
All right. How the Browns doing?
They go spank them.
Oh yeah, they're 0-2.
Yeah, they go spank them.
They're 0-2. You never know though. It's still early in the season, and
But they got the Browns and the Cowboys the next 2 games, so they gonna go 4-0 for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I was watching Big U's son on the Chargers. Dude has already got he's already in the top contention of tackles in the first 2 games. I think he's in the top 20. Let me see. But yeah, he's doing his thing.
Number 0.
He had 8 tackles in the first game. And yeah, he's doing his thing.
You represent, man. That's right. I know Big U, even though he going through it, he in the day room watching his son play, making him proud.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Let's see who's got when it comes to tackles in the
League.
In the top leaders. Let's see. So a guy named Bobby Ekereke from the Giants. He's got 26 total tackles.
Damn, 26 out of 2 games?
In 2 games, yeah.
He getting busy.
Yeah, he had 15 tackles. He has 11 solo and 15 assisted, so he's leading with 26.
Okay.
And let's see where Miami's got 2 guys in the top 5. Terrell Dodson has 22 and Jordan Brooks has 22 tackles.
But what's their record? They 0-2 though.
The Dolphins?
Mm-hmm. Ain't they?
Let me see. I'll tell you right now. Let me just see where. Deion Henley. He's tied for 15th in the league with 18 tackles. So he's doing his thing.
So that's 8 solo, 10 assists.
Let me see. I'll tell you
That's
right
what's
now.
up, man.
I'll tell you right now. He's got 10 and 8. 10
60.
10 solo, 8 assisted.
Oh, the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he doing his thing, man.
So yeah, he's gonna end up being in the top 10 at the end of the season. But Miami with these 2 guys in the top 5 should have a great defense.
Well, what's their record? What's their record like in the first 2 games?
Man, they lost to the Patriots. Yeah, they're 0-2. They just lost to the Patriots 33-27.
So that telling me they offense not giving the defense a break. They giving the ball right back and the defense back on the field. Like, you ain't giving them no break because they doing what they supposed to do.
33-27. That means that I don't know if it went down to the wire. And then they lost 33-8 in game 1 against Indianapolis Colts. So the defense gave up 33 points on the first game.
Damn, they giving up 30 points. They averaging 30 points, giving up 30 points. Hey, damn, what's that? They quarterback, because he stay getting concussions every other game.
For who?
The Dolphins.
Is he the Samoan guy?
Right.
Yeah.
I forgot to pronounce his name, but he real injury prone. He stay getting concussed. Like he need to be a professional backup or retire.
And surprisingly, Russell Wilson is leading the NFL in passing. It's just 2 games though. 618 yards.
I wouldn't have betted that.
Well, it's still a premature season. I guarantee you he ain't gonna be in the top 10 at the end of the season. He's near the end of his career, Russell Wilson. But who did he play? He played. Who's he quarterbacking for? He's quarterbacking for the Giants. So, he lost to the Cowboys 37-40. They're 0-2. They're 0-2, the Giants. But he's leading the league in passing.
Man, I was going back and forth, keeping track of that Cowboys and Giants, the score, and the Cowboys is losing the whole game. I said, man, they lose to the Giants. Something wrong, but they end up coming back.
Yeah, well, I don't think Russell will be able to maintain this pace at this time of his career. I think his best days are behind him, but he's starting off the season statistically great. But in terms of the record, he's 0-2.
It's a team sport.
Yeah. Okay, man. Boxing, man. I was impressed by
Crawford.
My boy Terrance Crawford. That guy is a tactician in the ring. He is unhittable. He is unbeatable at this point of his career.
What's his record?
I believe he's like 41-0, something like that. Let's see. And he showed that the bigger guy was not a challenge for him, because he's fighting at a weight division that is completely foreign to him. 168 pounds. That's super middleweight. Middleweight's 160. So 168 is way out of his league in terms of weight category. But he handled this guy quite easily, Canelo Alvarez.
What's that considered? 168? What weight class?
I would call it a super middleweight. Although others call it, let's see, there's another name for super middleweight. But yeah, super middleweight. And he started off his career at lightweight, which is 135. And he's all the way up to super middleweight, which is 168. So that's not very common to do, to go up. Yeah, he's 42. He's 42-0, 31 by KO.
Damn.
Never even been down. Never been down. Never been, not even an 8 count. So
Crawford doing his thing.
Yeah, and when you watch him fighting, he's not doing anything spectacular. He's sort of like a Floyd Mayweather fighter. Floyd Mayweather was not too entertaining to watch because he was extremely careful and he had defense first.
Defensive fighter.
Yeah, defensive fighter. And then he was quick, counter, and he was an incredible counter puncher, Mayweather. And that's the same way Crawford fights. Anytime that Canelo came in there, he countered. Sometimes he countered with combinations. He's unbeatable at this point.
He make him pay any mistake.
Yeah.
He make him pay.
And what would be a great fight right now would be Tank and him, but they're in 2 different divisions. But
how much you think Tank weigh?
Tank is like probably 140, and this guy's walking around at 170 right now, So Tank would, but
they need to meet each other in the middle. Somebody need to lose some weight. Somebody need to gain some weight.
Well, Crawford has fought at that weight category early in his career, so that would be a great fight. That's the only fight I think that would be a challenge for Crawford at this point in his career. He's 37 years old. We don't want to see him fighting Tank when he's 40. He's
37. How old is Tank?
Tank is early 30s. Let me see here.
Somebody, man, he need to gain 10 pounds. He need to lose.
I think that'd be a great fight. I'm sure I'm not the only one to bring that up. But Tank is 30. So, Crawford, they got to start negotiating like yesterday. to make this fight happen. Because at 37 years old, Crawford is still at his peak, but he's got time against him.
Father time.
And Davis is he's a bit 31 in November, so, and he's fighting at light super featherweight right now, which is what is that?
And there's so many classes I didn't even know, like weight classes.
Oh yeah, early on they figured out weight. You know how in the streets we don't care what size you are, we squabbing, right?
Right.
But in professional boxing, they figured out early on that weight division does matter, because boxing started off with just 2 divisions. It was just
heavyweight, lightweight.
Well, they didn't even call it heavy or light. I just think they called it. They use these weird terms, but it was just like basically that. Then they added a third. They had that's where the word middleweight at 160. That was the third category, like 100 years ago. It was just 3 categories. Heavyweight started at like 170. Now it starts at 220 or 224. They just added a new division that's only recognized by the WBA and the WBC. Because when Tyson was a fighter, heavyweight was at 200 pounds. But now they're like 200 pounds. There's too many fighters that are like 250, 260, 270. So they created this new division, 224, like 2 years ago. So now you got to be 224 to be a heavyweight.
Man, the era that Mike Tyson fought in, it will never go back to that.
Why you say that?
Man, because they was monsters. I don't think who was on some... Everybody was offensive fighters, not defensive. Everybody's going in there trying to get it over with. You know what I mean? All that calculated counter punch. They wasn't worried about that. And people was really wasting their money messing with Tyson going to see it because it wasn't lasting that long. We you talking about Holyfields and Lennox Lewis and you know what I'm saying?
It was a great era.
It would never go back to that. Nowadays, the female boxers is way more entertaining than the males.
All right, man, I got a fact check from last week. I said Guns N' Roses had a song called Janie's Got a Gun about burying a girlfriend in the backyard. The song was actually called Used to Love Her by Guns N' Roses. And Janie's Got a Gun is by a group called Aerosmith. I'm sure these are groups that you probably do not entertain.
Never heard of neither one.
You never heard of Aerosmith?
Uh-uh.
Or Guns N' Roses?
No.
Okay, I'd say very white rock music. But it popped up on my radar when growing up, Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses, and I was tapped in with all the heavy metal music when I was in junior high school because all the MS-13 guys used to go to the same school I went to after they got kicked out of Berendo. Berendo's their home school, which is off of like Normandy and Olympic. But when they got kicked out, they came over to John Burroughs. So heavy metal was a big part of my junior high school, middle school years. That's Led Zeppelin.
Man, these
Metallica.
These songs don't be aging well.
Well, Used to Love Her was a dope song by Guns N' Roses, and he talked about I loved my girl so much I had to kill her and I buried her in my backyard. Which was, I bring this up because we were talking about what's his name again?
D4vd.
D4vd. It turns out it was a young female that was found dead in the trunk of his car.
Oh, we didn't know the gender.
No, we didn't know the gender. They just released the gender. They haven't released the identity, but and he has a very I don't know what kind of song you would call it, the
dark
romantic homicide song that is not. It doesn't go well with what just happened to him last week.
I wonder, did they take him into custody or we ain't got no update on that?
Nah, he's been overshadowed by the Charlie Kirk news, but just recently, earlier today, they said that a dismembered body was found in D4vd's Tesla, has been identified. This just came out today by TMZ. Let's see if they have the name of the person. I did hear that it's a young petite girl that weighed like 80 pounds. Okay, here they're saying she's 5'1", 71 pounds, with wavy black hair and a tattoo on her right index finger.
70-something pounds?
I know, isn't that petite?
I don't think that's called that, but yep.
It's been a busy day of developing news. So the body found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to popular music artist David is that of a teenage girl missing since April of last year. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez live in Lake Elsinore. This stunning development in this case. Christina.
Yeah, her name was Celeste Rivas. She was last seen leaving her home here back in 2024. Her family thought she was missing. She was declared missing back then. They had no idea there could even be a connection to the body in the Tesla until they got a call from TMZ last week. Now, keep in mind that David has been cooperating with authorities. He has not been named a person of interest, let alone a suspect. But at this point, this concert in Seattle, the next concert date, has been canceled, and people here are saying, what's going on?
71-pound girl. I was just thinking that maybe they got the weight off because she's dismembered and she's been dead, and her liquid, the liquids of her body have been dried up. So how do you get an accurate weight of her when you're recovering her body days later?
I need to go off her last, not the autopsy, but her last thing. I want to know how much she really weighs, because damn, my daughter, I'm trying to think how much my daughter weighs. She about to be 10.
Yeah, my daughter was petite for many years, man, up until high school, and then all of a sudden she just put all this, her body filled in, I guess you would say, because she's not overweight, but she's like at least 135 pounds when she was like weighing 100 pounds most of her teenage years. So, yeah, this girl, I was surprised to read that, but I think the weight might be off because she's deceased. So how do you get an accurate weight?
Yeah, it said the car was abandoned, so we don't know how long she was back there, especially if she been back there that long to where it starts smelling. But did they say it was any relation with him? Like,
so far they're not saying.
Few words from those arriving at the Lake Elsinore home where 15-year-old Celeste Rivas disappeared in April of 2024. Where her family has just found out that it is her partially dismembered body that was found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to popular singer-songwriter David Anthony Burke, known by the stage name David. TMZ broke the girl's identification after speaking to her mother.
It was a very heart-wrenching conversation. She was very upset and said that all she knew is that her daughter had been missing all of this time. She told us that she was aware that there was a boyfriend named David.
And that her daughter had a tattoo with the letters "Shh" on her right index finger.
That the color of the ink of that tattoo was red, which was something that police had not released to the public.
The singer, who has been cooperating with police, had continued his tour after the body was discovered, but he just canceled his next date in Seattle.
But it just seemed odd to us that, gosh, your car, such a grisly discovery in your car, and that you're just out on tour. You would think that, you'd want to find out what happened here, because this is just a very bizarre case.
Especially because one of his videos actually features a body being put in the trunk of a car.
It's just eerie considering what ended up happening in David's car.
I bet you somebody in his entourage used this car. That's toe up.
Yeah, and maybe they thought, oh, maybe we can set him up. We can set him up.
He pretty much innocent.
Yeah.
He go out to tell on somebody though.
Like who I lent my car to?
Mm-hmm. He know exactly who was responsible.
And what we didn't know last week was that her body was dismembered. It wasn't just in the trunk; it was dismembered in the trunk. So yeah, I don't know how you get
dismembered. What is that?
Cut up.
Okay, dismembered.
Yeah, they cut her arms, cut her legs, cut her feet, and then threw all the body parts in the trunk. Usually, when you dismember a body, you're trying
discard it.
Yeah, you're trying to get rid of it, not just have it preserved in the trunk of a car. So somebody's plans didn't go according to schedule. They left her dismembered body in the trunk of this car, of this guy's Tesla, and it got impounded. Well, they said the car was left abandoned, so
they discovered it at the tow yard, the body.
Yeah,
because of the smell.
But they impounded it because they claimed it was left abandoned in some street.
Right, in Woodland Hills or something.
Up in the Hollywood Hills.
Right.
I just hope that the truth comes forward.
Celeste's neighbors on the street she grew up at.
Justicia.
Justice is what family and friends are asking for.
Whatever happened could happen to someone else, and it's just scary.
Now, again, at this point, I want to emphasize, David, he's been cooperating with authorities, supposedly, and but his next tour date, the one in Seattle, was canceled. He's supposed to be in San Francisco Friday and then come here to the Greek. We haven't heard from those venues yet. We have reached out. We have yet to hear back from LAPD. We'll keep you updated.
Sheesh.
So the Charlie Kirk news has been taking over all the headlines, and that's good. If there's any drama on you right now, you're happy that Charlie Kirk is getting all the headlines. The deceased Charlie Kirk. Guy was assassinated in Utah at Utah Valley State College from a 22-year-old white guy that was on the roof about 100 yards away, and clean shot to the neck. And he was dead probably within less than 5 minutes.
DOA.
Yeah, there was no, let's rush him to the hospital and save his life. He was, the amount of blood loss was too much.
And they say his last words was gang violence.
Man, he was about to talk about black folks.
Right.
And that's what he's known for.
Kirk began speaking, revving up the crowd. Then, half an hour later, he got a question on gun violence.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
It was one shot from an elevated position more than a football field away. And later, in a wooded field nearby, police found a high-powered rifle wrapped in a towel and 3 unspent cartridges inscribed with so far undisclosed words and symbols.
He's known for some anti-black hate. He didn't believe George Floyd died from the police officer's knee. He said it was fentanyl abuse.
Hey, everybody. Breaking new video out of Minneapolis of the trial of Derek Chauvin. Medical examiner comes out and says that George Floyd's death should be ruled an overdose. That's right. And we've gone through the facts of the George Floyd case. And if you want to listen more, our podcast's right up there. If you click it and hit subscribe, you'll be able to hear amazing details that have been withheld from you. But think about this. Before I play this tape, we burned down our entire civilization over this. We funded the BLM Incorporated nonsense for billions of dollars. For what? Because a drug addict got in a confrontation with a police officer and that police officer might be guilty of manslaughter. Is that worth really unfolding all of Western civilization? Listen to this breaking bombshell video. Listen.
Do you recall telling the county attorney's office that had you found Mr. Floyd under different circumstances, you would have determined this to be a fentanyl overdose?
So I don't recall specifically what I told the county attorney, but it almost certainly went something like this. Had Mr. Floyd been home alone in his locked residence with no evidence of trauma, and the only autopsy finding was that fentanyl level, then yes, I would certify his death as due to fentanyl toxicity. Again, interpretation of drug concentrations is very context dependent.
And you formed some opinions ultimately about the amount of pressure and whether the pressure was applied to the neck, right?
Could you be more specific, Counselor?
Well, ultimately you have your, you have described your cause of death, right?
Correct.
And part of your cause of death includes neck restraint, right?
I believe I actually used the term neck compression, but yes, that is on the top line of my cause of death statement.
And in the course of your many conversations that you've had with various prosecutors and law enforcement officers, you, after watching the video, you've made some statements about where you thought Mr. Chauvin's knee was placed. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And did you feel that Mr. Chauvin's knee was compressing his neck?
Yes.
Did you describe it as being more on the back or in this lower part, base part of the neck?
So in my impression from the video, and I want to be very clear, I have no special expertise in looking at videos. I'm just looking at them as another person trying to figure out what happened. In my opinion, it would appear that Mr. Chauvin's knee was primarily on the back or the side or the area in between on Mr. Floyd's neck.
Did you see any evidence that he was occluding the carotid artery?
It did not appear to me on the video that his knee would have been able to occlude the carotid artery. Even if it were, Normal people have 2 carotid arteries, and the unoccluded carotid artery would continue to supply blood to the brain.
I hope next time the virtue signaling, black square posting, BLM Incorporated supporting people try to burn down our country and act like they're such good people, they get their facts right first. Share this video with every single person that you know that shared one of those black squares, that has a Black Lives Matter sign in their yard. Share this video with your family and friends where they think America's systemically racist, all because of the George Floyd video. Little they know, they are living a lie, and they have been, quite honestly, led by people who want us divided. Share this video. Check out the podcast. God bless you guys.
He's been going in on every black person that was killed by the police, like Breonna Taylor. He called Breonna Taylor's boyfriend a thug and a criminal when it turned out he was not that at all.
Well, let's actually go over the facts of the case. So, as background, there is an individual that was by the name of Jamarcus Glover. This was Breonna Taylor's ex-boyfriend. She was knee-deep in crime with Jamarcus Glover. In fact, he used Breonna Taylor's address for deliveries. He was arrested in a no-knock warrant. Breonna Taylor was in business with her ex-boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover. So there was another warrant that was issued, a no-knock warrant to go arrest Breonna Taylor, had her name on it. So they go to her residence and they knock. They knocked even though it was a no-knock raid. So they go into her home because there was no answer after they knocked, and the police were shot at by her new boyfriend, criminal, thug, Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker started to shoot at the police and shot Sergeant Mattingly in the leg. Unfortunately and tragically, Breonna Taylor got caught in the crossfire. She was not in her bed, however. She was standing in the hallway. And so after this, the police return fire back and forth, and Breonna Taylor passes away. That's not an outcome that I think anyone would defend. However, this was not as if they walked into a random apartment or the police strolled up to a random person on the side of the street, execution style, and decided to kill this individual. Breonna Taylor was dating a criminal, Kenneth Walker, who decided to shoot at the police. And so the grand jury poured over this information. People are outraged. They say they're only tried with reckless endangerment. That's probably a correct indictment for one of the police officers for endangering some of the other individuals in apartments that were adjacent.
He was defending that apartment when he shot at the police. He had all charges dropped, and then eventually there were charges for those police officers. But the Kentucky police didn't find anything, no wrongdoing.
Well, if he was a thug, what they got to do with Breonna? You know what I'm saying?
Well, Breonna's hanging out with this thug, and she got shot up was Charlie Kirk's thing. You know, he also had things going all the way back to Travon Martin in Florida.
George Zimmerman was hunted at night by Travon Martin at 2 a.m., and the stand your ground law allows you to stand your ground up against people that wish you harm.
Through Breonna Taylor all the way to Floyd, George Floyd. This dude did not have anything positive to say about any black person killed by the police. It's always the black person's fault. Always the black person's fault. So I didn't want to get too deep into Charlie Kirk, but yeah, he's been overshadowing all the news headlines these last week.
And somebody silenced him before he's about to go further into, that's crazy.
All right, so I just saw this story about Akon. Akon's wife files for divorce, requests custody and spousal support, but apparently Akon has more than one wife. So let me read this article. Doesn't Akon have multiple wives?
Or I'm about to learn something now.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I just assumed that. But let me read this. It says, after almost 3 decades together, 28 years, the Senegalese American singer, songwriter, and producer Akon and his wife, Tomika Thiam, are calling it quits. Court documents revealed that Tomika filed for divorce just 4 days before what would have been their 29th wedding anniversary. In her filing, Tomika listed irreconcilable differences as the reason for the breakup. She is requesting joint legal custody, but wants physical custody of their child. Tomika is also seeking spousal support and has made it clear that she does not want Akon to be eligible for any support from her. The couple's long marriage appeared strong from outside, but court papers show things have been unraveling behind the scenes. With 28 years of history, children, and shared life family, divorce marks a major shift. So far, Akon has not publicly spoke. Meanwhile, Senegal has officially canceled the ambitious $6 billion Akon City project initiated by Akon. Man. So, no, this article does not say anything about his multiple wives. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I just thought I've heard him in the past.
You probably not. I just haven't heard of it. You probably not. Because, you know, he from Africa, so maybe they do stuff a little different. You know what I mean?
And I wonder why someone after 28 years would want a divorce. I mean, damn, 30 years. Who gets divorced after 30 years? That's insane.
Maybe it been rocky and they just ain't never did the paperwork. They probably been wanting to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, plus the kid they have is 17. And I just looked it up here. It says, yes, Akon has multiple wives and has publicly embraced polygamy, citing it as part of his African culture and a practice he considers normal and normal for men. He fathered 9 children and is in a relationship with several women who have been referred to as wives or spouses. With recent reports noting that his first legal wife, Tomika, filed for divorce September 2025.
Do you think it'd be more beneficial if it was okay for, you know, a man to have, you know, more than one woman? Do you think that would save marriage?
I think if America adapted that culture, there'd be less, you could say, domestic disputes. The average guy in the world has a main girl, then they got a side chick.
Right.
And then they got a jump off.
Thank you. So that's 3 right there.
At the end of the day, as a male, we're natural breeders by nature, so we can't even escape it if we wanted to. If you find that one woman that supplies everything that you desire in a woman, of course, that will be a motivation to stick with that one woman.
Right.
But I don't know no one woman that can satisfy every man's one need. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Just like there's no one man that can satisfy a woman's every need.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But women just aren't built to breed like that or multiply mate with more than one partner. Women aren't built that way. Men are.
So yeah, he does have multiple wives. I don't know if I don't think that would be an issue if you're married to the man already. You already accepted that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If she want child support for her child at 17,
I believe that
he about to be an adult in a year or so.
Yeah, unless she is taking up responsibility of some of these other 9 kids of his, which I don't know, but he's got complicated relationships going on, Akon.
But when you you know, if that kid about to further his or her education, you still got to pay after 18.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, that might be a thing.
Also, you sometimes you still have to cover your kid. I'm not sure if it's mandatory, but health insurance. Your kids can stay on your health insurance after 18.
But what they gotta do with the broad though, like the ex-wife, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta pay, just keep paying the insurance, not pay her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but sometimes you have like a joint. Like I have a one health insurance account for everybody in the family. So if we was to split up, I don't even know how that would work. You know, how would that work?
Just keep paying the thing.
Well,
right?
What if I don't want to pay? Let's say I'm getting divorced and I don't want to pay for an adult woman's ex-wife's health insurance. But my kids are all under it. Then what? I got to break it up or get new health insurance, or I don't know how that goes.
Yeah, in my mind, me in that situation, I just keep paying it.
Yeah, well,
cause shit, I just keep paying it. It ain't like I'm paying for where she living at. That's what I refuse to do. I don't never want to pay a woman rent and then, you know what I'm saying, somebody else over there laying up. That's what I refuse to do. But the health insurance, that's whatever.
Well, Tomika is seeking joint legal custody and sole physical custody of her 17-year-old daughter, Journey. That's kind of weird.
No, she solely, like, she stay with me, but it's joint custody.
But she's about to be 18, so she's gonna be making her own decisions.
So that's what I don't understand, the child support thing. You about to be 17, and a divorce, it take time anyway. So by the time this divorce is final, she's gonna be 18 already.
And she wants spousal support from Akon.
That's something different. That's something different. She go get that for sure.
Spousal support means that even after the girl is 18, she still wants money from her ex-husband.
But the spousal support don't have nothing to do with the kid.
Correct.
Yeah, like you gotta the lifestyle she accustomed to all these 3 decades y'all been together, she need to still live this same type of lifestyle that she's, you know what I'm saying, accustomed to.
Yeah, especially if she's been holding down the family, taking care of the kid while he was out there trying to create revenue and, I don't know, the $6 billion project that the government just pulled back on.
I heard negative things about that.
It sounds like a fake story.
Which part?
The Akon, like Akon. If Akon told me I am going to create a $6 billion city in Africa, I would be like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, I heard he was doing something over there, but I heard it was like some janky promoter type ish. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to do more research on that, so I don't be smutting them out or nothing. But
well, the government of Senegal has officially canceled any project planned with Akon. So he's gonna have to find another country. Maybe he can do it in Congo, where Wack has his $200 million diaper deal.
Right. Right. That's crazy.
The development, this $6 billion city project initiated by Akon, the development envisioned a futuristic city powered by renewable energy and cryptocurrency, has been scrapped due to significant delays, funding issues, and lack of tangible progress.
Yeah, I heard something like that.
As of 2025, the site, 60 kilometers from Dakar, remains largely undeveloped, with only a single unfinished reception building constructed. So, yeah, I would say this was a fake plan that you created. I don't know for what purposes. Just to maybe you needed to encourage some other business investors on an unrelated project that you have this $6 billion deal. Maybe you needed to use this dream project as leverage for some other business deal. And then once that business deal fell through, you know, you accomplished whatever you needed to accomplish there, you just turned your back on this deal because you didn't need it anymore. Man, this is just talk, man. This is just as much as talk as Wack saying he's got a $200 million diaper deal.
Hey, man, I would have just opened up a school over there. You know what I'm saying? Akon or something. You know what I'm saying? Open up some schools and teach them how to do music, a school of arts type. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, man. Good luck to them. Divorce is tricky. Yeah, you've been through it before, but I guess you had a simple divorce, huh?
You know, it's funny. I'm getting divorced. We ain't splitting up no assets. We don't own no homes, no nothing. And it still was drawn out. Like they talking about mediation, because we ain't asking the courts to split up no days. You know what I'm saying? We got this. They to my holidays and weekend, then like it still was drawn out. Still, like, you know what I'm saying?
So it took longer than a year?
Yeah. See, this is what I prefer, because being married is really a business agreement with your your partner, but if you just marrying for love, man, just go get a promise ring and exchange vows and express yourself. Even if y'all had a ceremony, who's to say y'all ain't really married? Who gonna know?
Okay, so you're saying the actual legalities of it is not important to you?
Nah, because now you're getting the white people in your business, then your financials and all that. Like, okay, you go say you go to the county building, it say married, single, separated. You know what I'm saying? Or then they got a confidential married license and they got the regular one. So if I get the confidential married license, which I could have got, once you leave out of LA County, you're not married no more. So females don't like that. They, no, you know what I'm saying? Because I can just drive to Orange County, I ain't married no more. But then they can't see all your financial business either, though. So I think it'd probably be better to get a confidential married license versus the regular the marriage license. But, you know, it's to each his own, man. I just rather not have them people in my business.
Well, I always recommend that women should be legally married, because if something happens to her husband, right, she makes all the decisions. But if she's not legally married,
right,
those decisions get sent to either a brother or the parent.
Close to kin.
Yeah, and then you're completely out the mix without any power.
And that's what I say. Marriage is really it's a business agreement between partners, and I mean, shit, if you marrying for love, you gotta hope he don't owe no child support, and all his shit fall in your lap. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know.
I never heard of this other type of marriage agreement that you just brought up.
Yeah, it's called confidential marriage law. It's two different marriage licenses you could get. The regular one and it's another one. But if you get the other one, once you leave out of the county you got married in, you're not married no more. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you did want to do that with a young lady, don't tell her that part because she go like, no, you know what I'm saying? That'd be against you. Like, look it up. Like,
well, I guess one reason why someone like Akon and his wife could get divorced is because their kid is about 18 now, and now they've taken care of their parental duties, and maybe they're not interested in each other like they were at one point. So I could see it that way, but dang, 28 years?
Yeah, it's probably some cheaper to keep her type thing, and he probably be like, all right, let's just get divorced, knowing his son or daughter about to turn 18 soon, because I don't think Jada and Will ever gonna get divorced. I don't even think they have sex. But that's bad. If Will Smith get divorced, you know how what? He's not doing that. Y'all got a life. I mean, y'all gotta stay together.
Hey, I'm not surprised, man. People grow out of each other all the time, and Jada doesn't seem too much of a likable woman at all. She embarrassed him in the public eye. You ain't supposed to let your private sexual activities make it to the public.
I don't think Will is mannish enough for Jada. She need like a Tupac or something. You know what I mean? He not mannish enough.
So you're saying she needed he's a weak man, is what you're saying.
I don't want to call him that, but you get where I'm going. Like, I think he not mannish enough. You know what I mean? And that's what she need.
Well, he should have never hooked up with her in the first place. I never thought she was a good partner, but
even from the beginning?
Yeah, even from the beginning. Will had so many other options, but hey, you know.
What? He Will Smith. Hell yeah, he got options. Like, man, come on, man. Will Smith, but yeah. Hey, bro, these females, they behave for who they want to behave for. You know what I mean?
If they were to get divorced, everyone would assume that Jada already had a man on the side. She'd probably be...
Assume she do. Man, look. Hey, man, look.
Well, you think she's still messing with August Alsina?
Nah, probably not.
Oh.
But I believe she have a high sex drive, a high sexual appetite, and she just having one partner, she gonna get bored with that. You know what I mean? That's what I believe. And I believe he not mannish enough. Like, you know, I think he need to be somebody with more backbone.
Mannish enough.
Right.
All right, man. Hey, I got this dope story out of LA. Robbery ring doing their thing. But of course, all good things come to an end. At least 8 people were charged in this robbery ring. I got a clip and I got the article here from NBC News. Let me read the article and then we'll go to the clip. But it says here at least 8 people have been charged in what LA has described as a crime ring enacting a string of residential robberies across the city. Officers conducted what LAPD Chief Jim McDonald described as a major operation, executing simultaneous search warrants, targeting the burglary suspects that were taken into custody, had ties to the Rollin 30s Crips and the 5-5 neighborhood Crip gang. I should have tapped in with ODM Slim and see if he knew anything about this.
Free Crip Mac, man.
The burglary crew and the targets of this operation were members of what was referred to as the Rich Roll Burglary Crew, responsible for 92 residential burglaries in the city of LA.
So you know a lot of them ain't even them.
Yeah. Well, so you're saying it's not possible to be.
No, it's possible, but you know how they like to close cases.
Yeah.
So they threw some more burglaries on them, but I don't know how long they've been investigating these people at the same time.
Yeah. Well, when they get to court, they'll find out how many of these. They're probably not even gonna get charged with 92 burglaries, but they're.
But if it's 8 people, you do division, 90-something ain't far fetched.
Yeah, but not all 8 of them together doing 92. I'm sure they split up sometimes or have multiple crews.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so investigators believe that the break-in started in 2022 and have spanned the city of West LA, Pacific Hollywood. Never heard of that. Pacific Hollywood. I think that might be a typo. Wilshire, North Hollywood, West Valley. They put Devonshire. It's supposed to be Devonshire.
So you know
Yeah.
Pacific Hollywood a typo if they got that messed up. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's no such thing as Devonshire. It's Devonshire. Okay, so with this sentence is actually naming all of the police divisions of the LAPD. So West LA, Pacific Division. Okay, it's supposed to be Pacific, then comma Hollywood. They put Pacific Hollywood together.
Okay.
And then there's no such thing as Devonshire. It's Devonshire, Foothill, and Topanga. Most of these divisions, by the way, are in all our affluent sections of the city. You don't see no Southwest, no 77, no Southeast, no Newton. So that makes sense, right? You're only going to hit where you feel their money's at. It is not believed that this group is connected to a recent string of burglaries in the Encino area. A breakthrough occurred in February when officers chased 3 suspects in a vehicle that they recognized as being used in 2 burglaries. Those 3 people were arrested in February, and officers gained information that led to more potential suspects. So now you know what's going on.
So they told one of them 3 or all 3. One of them somebody told.
Man,
that's crazy.
Yeah. All right. Let me play. Let me play this clip here for the people.
Tonight, Los Angeles police busting what they describe as a prolific burglary ring responsible for 92 home break-ins across the city.
10 suspects, all adult career criminals with prior arrests for violent and property crimes, have been identified.
Authorities say the suspects, ranging in age from 20 to 47, call themselves the Rich Rollin burglary crew, part of a South LA gang that uses advanced technology to target multiple high-end neighborhoods.
They are sophisticated. They do things like have the ability to jam your Wi-Fi cameras, jam your Wi-Fi alarms.
The arrests come amid a wider string of home break-ins, from celebrities to everyday residents, like this recent heist showing mass thieves fleeing a home with duffel bags full of ransacked items. The victim saying it happened just moments after he left his home, leading him to believe he was being watched.
We've seen cases where cameras have been put in flower beds across the street from the house.
According to police, during this latest round of arrests, authorities recovered multiple firearms and ammunition, burglary devices, including window punch tools, radios, face masks, headlamps, and cans of bear mace, and loads of stolen goods, from high-end jewelry to designer purses.
These are not crimes of need. These are crimes of greed.
All right, that's Nathan Hochman talking his mess. But here's what happened. Those 3 guys got arrested 6 months ago in February, 7 months ago. One or all of them provided information to the police. And for the last 6 months, they've just been investigating based on the information that whoever told gave to the police.
That article say 8 people, and this clip said 10 people.
Yeah, it's still early in the story. There's always going to be mistakes like that.
Yeah, I told you, remember we was going over my cases, and I said I went to jail for a burglary too. They set the little center punch for the windows. Yeah, I went to jail for that. But I was in the county in 2009, and I was in there, and I was on the news also about the knock bandits. So like this ain't the first time they went after a group of burglars. You know what I'm saying? And it was the Harlem Crips back then.
Oh, they've been known.
Yeah, so back like in 2009, I ain't gonna say their names who was all in the county at the time, but they was you know what I'm saying, they was called the knock bandits, and then they all went down or whatever. But and if I ain't mistaken, I could be wrong. I remember when I was younger, burglary wasn't a strike. They made it like bad, like when just flocking thing became a thing and it went crazy, that's when like it became a strikeable offense. And they had same way you got a gang book, they got a whole book full of flockers.
Yeah, and the Harlems have been the face of flocking for over a decade, and I'm sure people from other hoods have all engaged in flocking, but for some reason, the Harlem 30s have this reputation as being king flockers.
But I'm gonna say this though, the group call themselves the rich. No, they don't call themselves that. See, that the news be trying to put emphasis on stuff. They know that, all these hoods, the rich rolling crip, they call themselves that. Even the dirty ones say they rich rolling. But the news is trying to put extras on it, emphasis for the courts. They're rich rolling and they call themselves that. No, that's some gang shit, not no flocking shit.
And nobody from 5'5" would call themselves rich rolling.
But no, they might, cause they say they rolling 50s.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah, but that have nothing to do with the burglars.
But the rich rolling, yeah, you're right. That could be.
No, they trying to put extras on shit. The same way every time somebody gather a peaceful gathering, they say a straight takeover. Now they, you know what I'm saying?
But I think the people they arrested in February may have provided them with some of that information of the rich rolling, and maybe they got it partially incorrect. Or maybe they taking it to another level.
I bet you them dudes that got taken in February, they got rich rolling tatted, and then they you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of them do, but man, free them guys on everything.
Yeah, the last thing I want to say about that is I don't trust having Bluetooth and Wi-Fi control my house. Because it's easily the security on that system can be easily penetrated by people who just go out and buy that equipment. If they want to spend $1,000 on Bluetooth and Wi-Fi breakers, then your whole system is compromised. Because somebody can go buy the equipment and stand out right in front of your house and scramble everything.
I didn't know it was a such thing as that.
Yeah, and now look, I have Wi-Fi on my refrigerator. I don't use it. I have a Wi-Fi on my washing machine and dryer. I don't use it. I don't use any of that technology to control the house. Even your air conditioning and your heater can be controlled by Wi-Fi. I don't use it at all. There is a convenience if you're going home and
you can warm the house up before you get there.
You can warm it up or you can cool it down while you're on the freeway. You can be like, let me turn this on right now. So when I walk in, boom, it's where I need it to be.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard of this Wi-Fi scrambler thing.
This was the moment burglars busted out of the home belonging to former Seahawks star Richard Sherman. This is just one example of a disturbing trend of criminals going after high-profile victims, specifically famous athletes. Prosecutors have charged Earl Riley IV, not only in Sherman's case, but investigators say he and others targeted Julio Rodriguez, Luis Castillo, Edgar Martinez, and Dodgers pitcher Blake Snell. Today, a judge would not allow us to show Riley's face, but that is him appearing in court after refusing to show for the last two hearings. Detectives say Riley and his crew managed to steal hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of luxury items from the athletes. Today, Riley pleaded not guilty, and one detail that is raising eyebrows is the fact that the criminals were using what's known as Wi-Fi jammers to shut down home security cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Never heard of it.
They even got cell phone. If you get caught with a cell phone scrambler, that's a felony offense. Just having one in your possession. You could pretty much go to the movie theaters and render everybody's cell phone
information.
Yeah. You just turn it on. It's a device you have, and I think they call it cell phone blocker. You could block the signal from the cell phone.
Hey, man, it's crazy you say that, right? Now you got these prison YouTubers that's in jail. They be on, they got channels, and it's crazy. When I was in the pen, if I look at my cell, it'd be a truck going around the track, and they got a big ass antenna, and it's knocking the signals down. So if you on a cell phone in the cell, it's knocking your signal down.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how? Maybe they not using that no more or something.
Well, they also have. Okay, I think we may have briefly talked about this on a previous episode of Straight Politicking, but a lot of guys that are on their cell phones, we think or we believe that those conversations are not monitored because they're not using the prison phone. They're using their own personal cell phone in prison.
Mm-hmm.
But I have recently learned about a device called the Stinger that the police use, where they can monitor cell phone calls. Now, and they don't need a warrant for it.
That can't be used in court for
They
sure.
cannot be used in court. You're 100% right.
Right.
But they can use that information and start investigations.
Right.
So this company in Florida created this device called the Stinger. And I believe, we don't have any proof, but I believe some of these California prison cases where guys have been using their cell phones, I think they're being monitored by the police using Stingray.
Oh, that's how these prison indictments is getting started, because they monitoring these phone calls.
Yeah, and that's dangerous.
So I wonder how the Stinger work. You got to be at a certain, like, in a perimeter, in a building.
Yeah, probably, most likely, within like, I'd say within a half a mile, maybe.
Half a mile is kind of far.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I say a quarter mile then, within a quarter mile. Because look how far a cell phone tower is. It's the cell phone tower that from where we're at right now could be a half a mile away. You know? And they placed them, I don't know what the spacing is between cell phone towers, but yeah, I want to let everyone know that just because someone calls you from prison on a cell phone does not mean that that phone call is not being monitored. I don't trust it anymore. So, dudes are getting busted. And we're wondering, like, damn, how'd he get busted? He been using a cell phone for the last 18 months. He been in prison. He been on a cell phone.
Yeah, but the Stinger thing can't be used in court, but it'll show kick off an investigation.
Yeah, I'm looking up distance between cell towers, and it says here cell tower spacing varies significantly by environment, but they are typically 1 to 2 miles apart in the suburbs and a quarter to a half a mile apart in the dense cities. So, okay, a quarter mile apart to a half a mile apart.
Whether you're here, or at one of these, it doesn't matter. This can find you. The common name, Stingray. Technically, a cell site simulator. First developed for military use, it's made its way into local law enforcement. It can track a person down to the room they're in if they have their cell phone on them. Stingrays turn these into homing devices. And that's just the beginning.
These are tracking devices. This is emitting a signal. This is GPS.
Mike Mino with the North Carolina branch of the ACLU has been watching the spread of Stingrays for years.
It's my understanding that the software that a lot of these devices use is capable of capturing things like your text messages, the numbers you're calling and receiving calls from. We know for sure they're getting people's location.
Here's how it works. Cell phones are always trying to connect to nearby cell towers. A Stingray acts like a cell tower decoy. In what's called a man-in-the-middle attack, it tricks cell phones into thinking it's the nearest cell tower, phones connect to the Stingray, and police can access a range of personal information. But they don't just get intel on one phone. Every phone nearby is forced to divert to the Stingray. Calls are passed on to a real cell tower. Data scooped up stays with police.
When you ask them why they're using it, they'll say, well, we're targeting certain individuals, but the nature of the technology is so expansive that you cannot use this without countless innocent people having their data captured as well.
The I-Team has learned at least 3 law enforcement agencies in the Triangle have been using cell site simulators, but they don't like to talk about it, and may not be allowed to. These 2 purchase orders show Raleigh and Durham police bought variations of the Stingray within the last 10 years. Raleigh's purchase order, obtained by the I-Team 2 years ago, shows the department paid more than $120,000 for the device. Separate documents obtained by the ACLU show Durham spent nearly twice that.
And can be up to 25 miles apart in rural areas. So there you go. So the Stinger's obviously tapping in with the cell phone tower, like most likely. And if you could be a quarter mile away, tapping into a cell phone tower, listening to this guy's phone call, that's incredible information for the police.
My phone been tapped at least 2 or 3 times.
Landlines though, right?
No, cell phone.
Oh, was that right?
Yeah, I still got the letters, after they done. If they don't find nothing, they got to mail you something letting you know they've been monitoring your calls from this time, the reason. And like, you know what I'm saying? If it's done correctly through a judge, they got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it said the number of the line that's been tapped, like, because the last phone I had was in my brother's name, so it said his name on top of the phone number and all that shit. My mom was spoke like, I ain't gonna let my brother go down for nothing, cause you know that's the good brother that went to college, and you know what I'm saying. She like, don't get him in no shit.
So do they even contact everyone that you talk to? Let's say during that time you consistently talk to 10 people, or let's just say I'm one of the people you talk to. Will they send me a letter letting me know I was in conversations with you because your phone was tapped?
I don't know, because the last time my phone was tapped, I don't know why they was listening to me, and I know exactly who that was. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his name, but they was more interested in him, not more. I don't talk to him every day, and I believe the person he do talk to every day, I talk to him every day, and that's how they got. You know what I'm saying? That this very last time how I was tapped, like they tapped at that dude assistant, they tapped at my homeboy, and tapped at me. Like, so I'm like, maybe, you know what I'm saying, or maybe they thought once they listened to me, it was worth listening to, so they kept listening to me. I don't know, so I can't really answer your question.
Did they ever lead to any court cases?
Because I think if it leads to a court case, you not gonna get that letter.
Oh yeah,
you just gonna end up in court.
Yeah,
they gotta send you that letter when they done listening. You know what I'm saying?
But what about a court case for someone else? Maybe they learned something about somebody else and left you alone, but got on somebody else.
I don't believe so. Nah, hell nah. I ain't heard of nothing, because shit wouldn't I be subpoenaed, or I couldn't come up in somebody's court case, or they transcribe my phone call.
Yeah,
so I don't think so. But like I said before, on my daughters, bro, 2011, that man Foley told my celly, hey, tell Munchie to stay off that phone. They listening to his phone calls. I waved it off. Left county jail, went to reception, was there for months. I got to the main line, finally got to the phone. I called my then girlfriend, now baby mama, and she was on the phone with me. She trying to rap and riddle me that my phone is tapped, but I haven't been out, so I don't know this new music. She telling me, I'm like, what? She's like, your mama phone tapped. I'm like, oh, right. I'm like, this fool told me that shit about 9 months ago. I can't make this shit up. Swear to God.
Yeah.
Swear to God, bro. And then like the letter said narcotics. Y'all did some small time in my past. It's not worth tapping my car, my phone. So I'm like, maybe they made up an excuse to, you know what I'm saying? Narcotics. That never been a thing with me. I've never been in jail for none of that or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think anyone should be talking about anything gangster on the phone anymore, because even if you try to do it in a coded talk, it's still going to get interpreted in court. No matter what you say, it's going to get interpreted.
Right.
Like I was just listening to these Mexican mafia wire calls, and they're calling for the murder of a guy named Tonito, another Mexican mafia member. They want him dead. So these 4 guys are on the phone, but they're saying that so who's going to drive the car? Who's going to be in the driver's seat? And then after a while, it's just like obvious what that means.
That don't even sound coded.
That don't sound coded, huh?
Hell no.
Who's driving the car? Who's going to be who's in control of the car? Okay, such and such is driving the car. Okay, who's going to be in the car with him? Like, who's going to help, you know?
That's not coded.
That's not even coded, huh?
Hell no. They even put up a what?
Nah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, that's kind of weak. Like,
yeah, they need to come up with some more lingo.
Are they really expecting the level of law enforcement monitoring these phone calls not to be sharp enough to figure out driving the car just means that that's their plot to kill
I don't
somebody?
think that was even supposed to, they didn't even mean for it to be coded. They was just talking. They said F it. They probably thought that was on a clean line. They just was talking.
Here's another thing they do, which is dumb. They use initials. So, you know, we gotta do something about T. You know, T is Tonito. All right, well, I'm gonna get RB, and then he's gonna call CW, and then CW is gonna contact FB. All of these initials are actual names of the people involved.
We gonna have double A come pick up MB,
yeah,
and then go handle the business.
I'm like, okay, so their efforts at coded talk are
a F.
Poor.
It's a F.
Yeah, poor. And if you ever want to react to some of these calls, man, I got a couple of them on CD from some previous cases I worked on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And then there was a guy named Lalo Martinez that didn't even try to code talk. He would literally say, "Hey, I'm ordering a green light on such and such." Click.
He said, "Fuck it up."
Yeah,
but he probably got life. He probably got life without. He don't even care.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't coming home.
Yeah, like fuck it.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm ordering a green light on such and such." The other guy on the phone on the streets, who was an unknown person, he was like, "Huh?" He was shocked. Serious? Yeah.
I would have hung up on him.
Nah, you're taking orders from.
I don't care. So you want me to go sit next to you in jail because you talking about some green lights and shit? If you ain't talking about no traffic, or you trying to put up a light pole, I don't know what you talking about.
Hey, I do believe these Mexican mafia dudes be putting a lot of these Southsiders on crash out missions because they don't care. They got all day. Anyways.
Miserable.
Yeah, they be sending people on kamikaze missions, and it's unfortunate because you have no choice but to follow through and whatever they say because then there's a green light on you.
Hey man, if I was a Mexican from a Southsider hood and I'm from this particular hood and I'm running shit over there, our hood would probably have a green light.
Yeah.
Nah, for real, because nah, fuck that. Like, cause my hood, I actually love my homies, bro. So if I get a call from the top and they want little stumper to go do some crash out shit, and I got love for this dude, I'm like, hold on, no, he ain't about to. You want him to, you know what I'm saying, or bro just had a baby, and then you want him to come to jail, like come to jail, like you know what I'm saying, bring some shit in, like, you go ahead and turn that light on.
So you be one of those few green light gangs then.
Hell yeah, Munchie 13 will be a green light hood for sure.
All right, hey, I got another robbery story. This one's interesting. This one's more sophisticated. Here in L.A., 8 arrested. This is brand new. This week, 8 arrested in connection with the Los Angeles cargo theft worth $1.4 million. Now,
that sound familiar.
The theft is not new, but these arrests are new. Remember, we heard about this story.
That's what I'm saying with the Armenians.
Yeah, so 8 arrested in connection with this $1.4 million cargo list. Okay, let me read this article. 8 people were arrested in connection to a cargo theft in the South Los Angeles area Thursday. A team of detectives with the Major Bureau's Cargo Criminal Apprehension Team, damn, I didn't even know that existed. The Major Crimes Bureau Cargo Criminal Apprehension Team. They were arrested on the 1,300 block, what is that? The 13,000 block of Alameda on Wednesday, where they took suspects into custody according to the LA County Sheriff's Department. Detectives serged warrants at the location during which approximately $1.4 million worth of Acer computers were found, deputies said. Along with computers were an AK-47 rifle, a Smith & Wesson 9mm gun, and 7 stolen vehicles, including a semi-truck and a 53-foot trailer. Nearly 2 pounds of methamphetamine were also seized.
These Mexicans?
It doesn't say their names. The names of the 8 suspects were not immediately released.
Okay, these dudes that got cracked on Alameda, it wasn't all 8. Well, I'm trying to get at, like, damn, did they catch a few, then they got the rest like they did this first group?
Oh, yeah. Well, it says here 8 arrested.
Okay.
And this is a brand new article. That's the title, 8 arrested. So perhaps maybe they've arrested some other people earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
But you said something about Armenians. You thought this was...
No, last time we reported on the Armenians, and they indicted the Armenians, and they was hitting the Amazon trucks.
Okay. But this...
You remember that?
That wasn't at the airport, though.
No.
Yeah, that was something different.
But I was like, I heard, it sounded familiar because some trucks. You said something about some trucks. Didn't you just say some trucks, right?
I don't recall. If
you just didn't read that?
Yeah, but I don't recall trucks coming up. Let me see. Cargo, but they took them into custody. They got caught with computers, AK, 9mm. They seized the truck, including us at this place on Alameda. Now, for those who don't know, Alameda is like a row of junkyards. It's junkyard after junkyard after junkyard. You can get windows.
Fixed.
Yeah, you can get window yard. They got window yards, all kind of stuff, all car stuff.
Your tire fixed.
So
parts.
Wherever this raid was at on the 1,000 or the 13,000 block of Alameda. Now 13,000, that's
I can't call it.
That's closer to downtown LA. The part I'm thinking about is when you're like by Manchester, when you're down there by Gage, that area. That's like 6,000 block. But they found a truck on the premises, 7 stolen vehicles, and a semi truck and a 53-foot trailer. So this article could get the address wrong because I don't think 13,000. Oh, this would mean 130 of. Doesn't mean El Segundo then? Way down there on El Segundo.
Yeah, by the Largos.
Yeah.
By the Largos. Who hood is near it? Let me see.
B13 is right there off of El Segundo.
Yeah, they more west bound down El Segundo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think this is a crime that happened earlier in the year. Am I right about that? We've been hearing about this $1 million heist at the airport.
It might have been an ongoing investigation, and they just now talking about it.
Yeah, and they have several photos here of the car, of the truck, of this, the weapons, and unfortunately, they haven't identified the suspects. I wonder what that. Maybe that means they're looking for more people. They don't want to identify them.
Man, people getting to the money and they cracking them.
Yeah, man. Acer computers, man. $1.4 million worth of computers. I'm sure they were slanging some of them computers. Maybe they didn't start to slang them yet. I don't know. But you know, a lot of times now when you're stealing tablets, Apple products, laptops,
you can locate them.
Well, they're making them not functionable. Apple products are not functionable if they're stolen now, which is crazy. That's why I haven't had anybody
try to sell you nothing.
Tell me a MacBook Pro or iPad in at least 3 years because they're not functionable. You cannot connect. All these devices have to be connected to a server, and you have to crack the password. It is almost impossible to crack the password on a MacBook Pro now, where before we used to crack them all the time. And I don't want to. I'm saying I would never have been a part of this. I'm just saying, being part of the computer community, I understood the ways of unlocking a MacBook Pro. It was not that difficult. If my daughter forgot her password, I can get into her computer. I don't have to wipe the whole computer to get into it. But that became the new way to do it. Okay, we don't have the password. Let's just wipe it. We can't crack the password. We'll wipe the whole computer. Well, you can't wipe the whole computer unless you have the password now. So
Apple don't play.
Nah.
You not about to, bro. You gonna come buy from us. You're not gonna steal nothing. Apple, what? You're gonna use our chargers. You gonna use Apple Music. Apple don't play. Like, they all in-house, just like Disney. You know, Disney only play Disney commercials.
When was the last time you seen someone selling a stolen iPhone?
I don't know. Probably because I ain't young no more.
Yeah.
I ain't getting, like, when you younger, you like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody's stealing cell phones no more.
I mean, I used to be at that Starbucks on Crenshaw near 39th, and dudes used to come in there slanging all kind of iPhones and tablets, you know, back in like 2017, 18, 19. All you had to do, if you needed something, just go to that Starbucks, and somebody gonna come in there and slang you something. But they're not slanging iPhones and iPads anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think it's that's some stuff that was going on when I was younger.
All right, so hopefully we'll have some more information on this story because they haven't even released the identities of these people. You want to take a guess at, is it going to be some 8 black dudes, 8 Armenian dudes, or 8 Latino guys?
I think it might be for some reason I think it might be some blacks involved with this. Based on like the truck is right there, I think it might be some blacks in business with some Hispanics working together on this. Blacks and Hispanic defendants.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Based on, that's the Westbrook. If we got it right, am I saying it right?
Willowbrook?
Willowbrook. Based on that's the Willowbrook area, I'm going to go with it's mixed defendants, Hispanic and black.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the exact cross street on this. 13,000 Alameda.
Based on the cross street, my answer might change. Go ahead.
Yeah, 13,000 Alameda. This is this looks like this is right by Linwood. This is right near the this is right by the projects too. This is right where
the PJs.
This is off of Imperial and Alameda.
Yeah, that's by the PJ Watts.
So this is right between the projects and Linwood. This is Watts. This is definitely Watts.
So my answer is staying. It's some Mexicans and blacks working together.
Yeah.
Black and brown.
So all right, last story, man. Last story. This is a crazy story out of New Jersey again. It's been going down in New Jersey, man. It's been going down in New Jersey, but a wife and a son helped murder suspect dismember victim's body with a chainsaw, according to detectives.
A wife and a son?
A wife and a son in Camden, New Jersey.
I don't get it. What you mean a wife and a mother and a son?
Well,
I don't get what they mean by wife and a son.
That's why they titled it, let's see, wife and son helped murder suspect dismember victim's body with chainsaw. Maybe the victim's the husband. Let's read. 3 family members have been arrested and accused of using a chainsaw to dismember a New Jersey man's body. Camden County prosecutor and police chief announced on Thursday that 41-year-old Everton Thomas has been charged with first-degree murder for the shooting death of 48-year-old Harold Miller, whose body remains missing. Everton Thomas, along with his 41-year-old wife. The husband is the suspect.
Leading suspect.
Yeah, he's the leading suspect. So the husband, along with his wife, Sherry Parker, and 22-year-old son, Deshaun Thomas, also face charges for desecration of human remains and tampering with evidence.
I thought they said that it haven't been found, though.
Yeah, they did say that. Miller was the first reported missing in June 2025. He was last seen in Camden playing cards with friends, while his empty vehicle was later located on June 14th. Detectives used surveillance video and cell phone data to determine that Miller went into a Baird Boulevard home on June 12th. Moments later, a single gunshot could be heard on video from the investigation, and Miller is never seen leaving the property again. Police said Parker and Deshaun Thomas purchased a chainsaw, cleaning supplies, containers, and trash bags and brought the items to the residence. Surveillance video allegedly shows Everton Thomas, that's the father, and his son making several trips to the Tamarack Apartments dumpsters to load containers into a vehicle before driving away. Crazy.
They got the PNB murderers beat. That dad, that girlfriend, and that son, they got them beat.
Well, the wife. That's the wife. It says here on June 20th, a search of Everton Thomas's home, that's the father and husband, revealed a loaded firearm with 1 round in the chamber and bloodstains, later matched to Miller's DNA. He fled from the U.S. to Canada the day after the search. Well, I guess they didn't take him into custody. All 3 were charged on September 5th. Parker and Deshaun were arrested on September 8th, while Everton, the father, was taken into custody on the same day after crossed back into U.S. on a commercial bus. This investigation is ongoing.
Maybe he wasn't there for the search.
Yeah, he was there.
He had to be gone for the search. They would have took him in.
Yeah, he was there for some work. But man,
no, I'm saying when they searched, they said a day after the search, he went to Canada. When they searched his house, I think he wasn't there when they searched.
But it doesn't sound like he was fleeing, right? He went to Canada for some probably work-related reason.
I think he heard his shit got searched and he got on.
But then why come back? I guess because his son and his wife were getting charged. Maybe he should take the case and get the wife and son released on lesser charges.
That ain't gonna work.
Because he obviously quarterbacked this whole thing and dragged his wife and son into it.
I mean, but if they got the son and him going back and forth on camera to dumpsters and shit, like me and my mind, if I thought I could get him off, then I'll come back. If I know, like, man, they go bang all 3 of us anyway, I'm not coming.
And one of the problems is that the son's 22. It's not like it's a 16-year-old son doing what his daddy's telling him to do. It's 22. It kind of hits different.
Hey, look, all right, me being 35 right now.
Yeah.
And my dad being 63, I'll take the case from my dad, let him go.
Yeah.
You know, he old, you feel me?
Okay, but the father here is a 41. 41.
I don't know, 41, you still young, bro.
I'm sorry. 41. Everton Thomas is 41. His wife is 41. And the victim, Harold Miller, was 48. And I think that he's going to...
I want to hear this motive.
Hey, it was a card game. Right?
It's behind a card game?
Well, it said that the last time he was seen was going into the house for a card game. And he was never seen leaving again. Or maybe he got lured there. Who knows?
Man, nah, it's a motive, but it's deeper than a card game. And I hope it ain't no love triangle. Like why? Cause it's a cold motive to this. Cause if your wife helping you and your son.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
It's a lot of work, man. Getting the chainsaw and cutting up a body and dismembering it.
I'm too lazy for that shit.
He did a terrible job, though. He did a terrible job at doing it. Everything's seen on camera. You're going to the dumpster, dropping trash bags of body parts in the dumpster seen on camera.
Like you regularly taking the trash out or something.
Nah, man. Hey, man, if I was a criminal, I would think these crimes out way more than this.
Hey, that was thought out in his mind.
I mean, you're going to stores, buying chainsaws. You're on camera. You're going to, don't go to Home Depot. Don't go to Lowe's. You know where you go? We got a hardware store.
To a mom and pop's hardware store.
Exactly. We got one over here on Jefferson, a mom's and pop store. Ain't no cameras all over the place. And you can buy something straight cash. You go to Lowe's or Home Depot to go get the shovels and the gloves and the chainsaw. Everything you're doing is on camera.
But what's the point of this? Like the chainsaw, why even dismantle the body though? Especially if you ain't gonna put different body parts, different places, you just throwing it all away together anyway.
I think one reason is because the body is so heavy, and you want to roll up a 250-pound man into a rug and then carry that into your car outside that's parked in the front. Nah, you just want to take some trash bags of arms and legs and get that body out of the apartment building without anybody noticing. That's the only benefit to that. We got to get rid of this body, and they must live in a complex where there's somebody outside all the time. You know, if they had a house, they could pull the car up to the back, you know, and do their thing. But these people don't think these crimes out.
They don't think it out. It's thought out, but it ain't.
And then they go to these stores and they buy this stuff like with an ATM card or a credit card. Like they got the date of you buying the stuff. They have a record of you buying it. You're not supposed to buy it with a record. Use cash, use cash and buy it. And don't go to Home Depot. But man,
use cash. Don't even buy it. Borrow it. Somebody got a chainsaw. You'll be on camera going to buy some shit. Like
call around to if you called your top 10 people in your contacts, one of them got a chainsaw.
Right.
One of them got a chainsaw. What's he gonna say? What you need my chainsaw for, man? Hey, man, I just got to cut a few branches in my backyard.
Man, you could tell them whatever, but just don't go to the store. Like, why you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, a store that's like, come on, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's all on surveillance video, going to the store.
But we send our condolences to the victim, man. Because we over here playing like.
Well, I don't know. I don't give my condolences when I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Harold Miller is a sex offender, if he's a rapist, if he did something that warranted some sort of aggression. I don't know. If he's an innocent bystander in all of this and he didn't deserve it, hey, I'm not giving my condolences for Charlie Kirk.
Me neither.
Charlie Kirk hated black people.
Right.
Charlie Kirk spewed black hate. Charlie Kirk was a documented racist.
Mm-hmm.
So and Charlie Kirk got on his soapbox and said he doesn't agree in empathy. And of course, in the context of black people getting killed by cops. Well, why should we have any empathy for him? Not to get on Charlie Kirk, but I don't know about this 48-year-old Harold Miller. But I'll do some research and find out more about why this happened.
I still send my condolences because we over here we talking about if we would have did it, how we would have did it. Like, so, like, baby, I know that's, you know what I'm saying, it's insensitive to the family, so I send mine still hard, you know what I'm saying?
I feel bad more so for the 22-year-old son, Deshaun Thomas, because I'm looking at a mugshot of him right here, and he just looks, of course, we're not judging a book by its cover, but he just looks like he shouldn't have been part of this this drama that his father dragged him into. But hey, we'll find out more as this story develops. I think this is going to grow into a national story in the coming weeks as this goes through the justice system. But where can they tap in with you, Munchie B?
MB_ the mayor on Instagram, and the same on Twitter, and Morals Over Money TV on YouTube. I want everybody to go subscribe, help me run it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see you've been posting old content that got taken down from your old channel, and then you're mixing it in with new content as well.
Yeah, re-uploads. You know what I'm saying? Re-uploads, so I could, you know what I'm saying, recover. I got access to some of the old content that was cool, so I'm putting that back up there also, and I'm focusing more on doing some interview type stuff. I did Byron Blake, shout out to him. I did Jermaine Main Event Williams, which is Loose Cannon brother. I did his name is T-Mac or Tyrone, you know what I'm saying? He wrote a book about BDSM, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So that's different for me. Everybody go check that out. And yeah.
Yeah, I just saw your Jermaine Main Event Williams interview. I guess people should tap in with it. I don't think he's as big of a liar as his brother Tremaine is, but he definitely kind of backs his lion ass brother up a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's a twin thing, man. They got some love-hate thing going on, but still he try to support his fibbing. You know what I mean?
All right, man. I'm at Alex Alonso 101, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And of course, you could listen to this episode on all podcast platforms, Spotify, iHeart, Apple. Leave a rating and a review on the Apple Podcasts. And video clips for this podcast are available on the StreetTV YouTube channel. And we out.